How you doing this morning?
Good, how are you?
Good. Can I get a medium white hot chocolate
Okay.
and a bacon farmer's wrap, add sausage, please?
Bacon and sausage? Okay.
Yes, please.
Anything else?
No, that's it. Sugar and a large green tea. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is bright and early in the morning. I dropped my kiddo off at school and I decided to come over to this Tim Hortons. I've kind of been stopping at a little bit more frequently than I realized. The video I was just editing in there, I went through the drive-thru for coffee here. This is actually Tim Hortons that was, or is, really close to where my parents' house used to be here in the city of Calgary. So obviously this is the old stomping grounds. So I'm in the neighborhood and I'm feeling the itch to slow down, I guess. I like popping in there. I just did a little bit of editing. Got myself some delicious hot chocolate to start the day. And now I gotta get back over to the hotel where I'm currently staying and continue the repair job on Lucky's diesel heater. So I opened it up yesterday. It was absolutely chock full of soot and gunk and just carbon buildup by any other name. I had never seen anything that bad before, and I needed some more wire brushes to continue the cleaning. So I popped into Canadian Tire last night, got myself those are right here in this bag. Just gonna have to take my word for it. And I'm hoping I can get that sucker all cleaned up and we'll get it reassembled and back in the floor and ticking away so we don't, die when the temperatures continue to drop. So that is the plan for today. And but first, I'm gonna have to warm Lucky up like I did last time, which is just let her run because her engine works fine. I like to work in Lucky. I mentioned in the last video that I was considering bringing the diesel heater into the hotel room so I'd be in a warm space while cleaning it out. Let's just say I'm very happy I did not do that. It would reek in the hotel room. Getting all of that carbon out of there, Lucky stunk for hours. I had to have the fans exhausting and circulating air to get it out, and I'm sure it still probably stinks like that this morning. May have to attack it with some industrial strength cleaner at some point. So we'll get back to the hotel room, or we'll get back to the hotel, I should say, fire Lucky up, and then we'll open up a couple packages that were sent from subscribers while we wait for the tiny home on wheels to come up to temp. Get it. All right, Lucky. Good morning. All right. See you so soon. Hi, Penny. Oh, I know. I didn't make the bed. Are you judging me, or is it more comfy this way? Right? Could go either way, huh? Hey. Very pretty girl. Yeah. Gotta get this diesel heater fixed. We go to check out tomorrow. Yes, we do. Yep. I just tried to extend my stay by another night in case anything goes wrong, and it turns out, yeah, they're completely booked up here at the hotel tomorrow and the next day, so we got to get that heater fixed. I mean, in worst case scenario, I can go to another hotel, but if I can't get this one cleaned and working, I do have that backup one as well. So I sat down with the intent of opening up these packages and a couple more letters here. And then I realized I gotta use a Biffy, so I'll be right back. Okay, that's better. Well, Lucky warms up. Let's see what we got here. I've got another card from Bev, all the way down in Francistown. What is that, New Hampshire? I should know this. I apologize, Bev. Oh, it's a Christmas kitty cat card. Let's check this out. That cat is having all sorts of fun, just swinging on his lights. I like that meme that I keep seeing on Instagram because it's that time of year where the cat is looking up at the Christmas tree and his eyes are huge, and the caption just says, "This is the last thing a Christmas ornament sees before it dies." Ooh, look at this. Wishing you a Christmas filled with fun and excitement. Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year to you, Brooklyn and Penny. Bev, aka Adventure Seeking. P.S. Enjoy the stickers. You beat me to stickering Grace. She sent me a little, well, look at these stickers. We got a little pig, pork chop. You get it? Because he's got a gi and a black belt on. What's this one? The Bigfoot in the mountains. And stay positive. And then, of course, check this one out. Woohoo! That one is awesome. Thank you very much, Bev. Hopefully we can get a couple of those on Lucky in celebration of fixing the heater today. I got this next one. Doesn't say who it's from on the envelope. It just says that it came by airmail. But we've got a hint on the back of the envelope. We've had one of those before, if my piss poor memory is serving me right. We got a whole bunch of penguins enjoying their winter surroundings. This is from Teresa. One of these days, I'll commit it to memory. To Matthew, Brooklyn, and Penny, happy Christmas. Hope you have a lovely time. Have a happy new year, too. Wishing you fun this festive season. All the very best of wishes from Teresa in the UK. P.S. I am so pleased you're doing well after your operation. Thank you, Teresa. I appreciate that. Believe it or not, I am also happy I'm doing so well. I'm very fortunate. Okay, and we got a couple things here. This one, hang on. I'm gonna start with this one. This one is from Lucky Beth. It's from Amazon. It's in a very odd Amazon box. Does it have an easy open pull tab? No. It didn't work. I don't have my knife with me. It's in Lucky. That is so funny. I was just looking at these actually this morning. I kid you not, Lucky Beth. I was thinking I should get myself some to re-up the supply and make the ones we hand out just a little bit more diverse. Look at this. It is a bag of rubber duckies. And look, it even includes that Minecraft duck that Brooklyn gave away. There's a, what is that? An army camo duck. And there's a seahorse duck. These are awesome. Thank you so much. We got some Jeeps to duck. And if y'all don't know what Jeep ducking is, it's just a way of appreciating another person's ride and hopefully putting a smile on their face. Who's walking out to their car and sees a rubber duck on it and gets mad? If that's you, seek medical attention. Okay, got another one here from Nancy K in Beaumont, Alberta. How you doing, neighbor? This one also is apparently equipped with easy open tabs. Oh, that one worked like a hot damn. Let's see what the holy stuff. Where do we begin? There's a letter here. Try to get that out first. Haha. What do we have? We have a card. Oh, these are always fun. She sent me one that says, "Don't read on camera, please." Yeah, right. We'll let everybody else wonder. There's also a card here. This card says, "We'll be treating your condition with a carefully formulated combination of drugs, therapy, and whoop ass." As you do. Oh, there's another letter in here. "Whatever it takes to make you better. Glad you are on the mend. Remember to take it easy so you can heal properly. From Nancy. Thank you very much." With another letter in here. I will. Oh, it's what's in here. So instead of me pulling it out one by one, let me see. We've got, maybe I can read this one. It didn't come with a warning, Surgeon General and all that. "Hello, Matthew. I finally got my act together and sent this. I did wait until you were more mobile because you needed your rest. I did have to laugh when you said in your vlog, 'It's on its way.' I looked over at the box and said, 'Oh no, it ain't.' So without further ado, your box includes taco seasoning, self-explanatory, lip balm." Oh, that's actually good. I've been moisturizing lately. 'Cause they're cracked. Deodorant, nice travel size. Oh, that's good. Is that this one? Nope. Those are toothbrush protectors. Spoilers. Nice travel size, good for go bag. Hopefully you are not brand loyal. You always seem to be out. Thank you. Clothespins for hanging up stuff in the van. These ones have the loops on them to hang over your oops. I don't want to say it because then I'll need a lawyer. Packing cubes might help with your organization of your clothes, at least dividing Brooklyn's and yours. These ones are from IKEA to try, but there are more out there. See if they work for you. There's also included is a shampoo bar. Instead of bottles, more room space friendly. Have never tried their brand. Well, thanks. I'll be your guinea pig. Steropods? Is that a dinosaur? Covers for your toothbrush. Oh, that's those things. Oh, yeah. It says Steropod right on it. I didn't notice that the first time. There's also a crayon box. Mine. Hair ties. I'm going to need those soon myself. Cutlery sets. I bought these to have an extra set in my work bag, but really too small for an adult. Would they work for Brooklyn? I don't know. We'll find out. Books. Yep, from McDonald's. Books from McDonald's. And candy. Where's it at? Where's the candy at? Where's the candy at? I have cutlery, but I have no candy. Maybe I should have read the letter further. Do they stay in the... They stayed in the box. Ha ha ha! Breakfast. Nice snack. I do like this brand for the lower sugar content. Well, what's the bloody point? Whatever you don't use, pass on to another vanlifer. Hope some of this comes in handy, Nancy K. P.S. Did you ever find your multimeter? Yes, I did. Did I talk about it in the vlog where I was putting that stuff in the don't eat these after you brushed your teeth? That's tart. That's real tart. Well, but yes, I did find my multimeter, darling. Thank you. Cute little books. I'm gonna try that when I have Brooklyn overnight this weekend. Thank you very much, Nancy. Very thoughtful of you. These are those organizer things, eh? That could be fun. We've got one package left. I gotta find it amongst all of the stuff here. Here we are. This one definitely doesn't have an easy open tab. I'll use this. Haha. Woo! It's cat treats for you, Penny. What a way to end this segment. From Bill Lind. I hope I sent you the right treats for Penny. I know how picky my cat is. Well, she's had these before, but let's find out if she's still the picky. Look at her over there, just judging. You want some treats? You grumpy Gus. Oh, she heard the word. You know, treats! Sam? Come here. No, not gonna get up. Not easy to do with one hand. Hello? Use your knees. Ha! Oh, like a awkward. Oh, now you're here, are you? You know what these be? It does. Oh, no pickiness here, eh? These gonna be your travel treats. I mean, I guess that's kind of your whole life, isn't it? Another one. Oh, yeah, sure. Side of thumb with that, madame. Smile and say, thank you, Bill. Good girl. Right. Lights, camera, action. Turn Lucky off. She is nice and toasty warm in here. And the smell actually ain't that bad right now. Just kind of smells like I've been doing some work. Now, my first concern I have here, I got my tens machine hanging out of my pocket here. It's currently vibrating my back as it does, is I went a little ham with this hole saw. See, I could in theory go with a smaller one. And maybe I should return this and get a smaller hole saw. But you know what? It's not gonna... Nah, we'll keep it. Never mind. My brain was getting ahead of itself, as it do. So, I don't have the wire brushes from the Jeep. God! Door open, door open. Wire brushes, come with me. Back inside. I got myself this little kit, which is a screwdriver with a whole bunch of wire brushes. And I also got, of course, the proverbial mechanic's toothbrushes. We'll see how well this stuff helps. Is that as bright as these lights go? Yep. First things first, get myself a pair of gloves, clean these two parts out a little bit more, which is basically just the burn chamber of the heater and the other part of the burn chamber of the heater. And more importantly, I got these wire brushes to make sure I could have something fairly skinny so that I can get deep inside the port right here. That's where the glow plug goes, and stuffed in there is usually a wire screen, otherwise known as an atomizer. I pulled that out because it was really yucky. I think I have a spare. I hope I have a spare. Yikes. It's kind of crummy deep in there. I have to be careful because this goes in and then kind of turns a corner. And on my old heater, when I was doing this, or on a different heater, I should say, I ended up breaking the wire brush off. That's because I put the wire brush in a drill like a dumbass. Now I'm just gonna hand bomb it. So give me a few moments to tidy this up and then we'll see what we can do. For those who might be interested, this is kind of what I'm doing. I got one of these brushes on my impact driver here, and the smaller one worked really well to clean up the inside of that port where the glow plug goes. And now this, I'm just gonna kind of use to clean the inside edges inside here. Find if I don't go too fast, it shouldn't be too bad. I'm definitely getting a lot of carbon buildup off, trying to contain it. That's just nuts. Yeah, this is my method for cleaning all this crap out of here. Yikes, eh? Just nuts. All right, now same thing. I got the extension on my impact here with a brush on the end. I'm just kind of going down against all of these grooves. It's hard to film because this is a little bit of a contraption here, but get that in there. You get this all the way down, and it is getting the insides nice and clean. Hard to tell because the camera's kind of freaking out with all the different light sources, but this side looking good, and that's the side I still have to do. So let's get her done. All right, I think I'm gonna start reassembling this bad boy. It's looking about as clean as it's probably gonna get inside here without me knocking my head against the wall too much. So get this first gasket down in there, and then we'll bring this bad boy looking hell of a lot cleaner than she was. We're gonna put this in now, correctly oriented. Our fuel line, excellent. Sure all our holes are lined up for where our screws are gonna go. And now, first things first, we gotta put the bolts back in there, and those are short bolts. I decided to go and put in my backup glow plug just because I got it open. The wires on the old one I had to tape up with electrical tape the last time I had this thing open, so why not? The glow plug looks new. It's all back in. But now, remember this was old, high temp gasket maker. Not doing that this time, just peeled it all off. Gonna reapply this gasket. If I'm being honest, I should probably be replacing this. Thing's getting up there. It's a little bit cracked, but all in all, it's still in one piece. There we go. Got that on there. And then we need the platey plate on top. There we go. And then the 4 bolts to hold that sucker down before we move on to the additional modifications that will have to be done to Lucky's floor. Okay, and one other thing I mentioned in the last video was replacing the little like sleeve that goes over the fuel intake here, the rubber piece that connects this to the actual fuel line, because mine was looking a little up. So I got a whole bag of spare parts here. I believe I should have some of that kicking around. I say that and then I'm gonna have none. I'm a big fat liar. There it is. Okay, it's just this tubing. It's just black, right? One end goes onto this fuel intake and the fuel line will go in the other end. This is looking a lot more uniform than the one I took off. This one, I'm probably gonna wanna trim it down a little bit. Look here, put it next to the fuel line, right? That's how far in the fuel line's gonna go. I don't necessarily wanna be jamming. Sorry, that's how far in the fuel intake is gonna go, right? You go like this, imagine. Whoop. I guess I could just do it and get it ready. Right? That goes all the way down onto there. I don't want to be jamming the hard fuel line through that much material. That being said, I'm not going to reduce it by much, so get the knife. It's trimmed up a bit. We're going to shove her onto this fuel intake like so. There we go. And then hose clamp back on there. This one down here. Bring it all the way. Well, fairly close. There we go. Tighten this bad boy up. There's a good amount of pressure. I can't easily pull that off, which is good. That's what we want. And then we'll have to put another one of these hose clamps up here once we get the fuel line in. Before we can do that, we got to modify, like I said, Lucky's floor. All right, so welcome to the nightmare that is this space where the diesel heater goes, and it looks absolutely atrocious right now. Yeah, so it's pretty simple what we're doing though. Gonna be putting the hole saw on the drill, and we're gonna be cutting that out of the floor so that this heater can sit lower and the exhaust are the outside as much as possible, the exhaust pipe, where it connects to the unit right here. The annoying thing is the fuel line has to also leave the van and then come back up in order to attach to this fuel intake. So, I mean, I do have a pre-existing hole right here from an old screw, so that will fit down there, no problem. I'm a little worried about that line potentially getting banged up on this little hole, but it doesn't seem very sharp. So in theory, we should be okay. I don't know, this is all just a little bit of brainstorming on how I want to approach this, because once you put a big ass hole in the floor, well, you've got a big ass hole in your floor. Trademark Vanlife Plus 2023. Another thing I'm gonna have to do is this is where the heat outtake from the heater connects to the venting, obviously, and it goes through here. That needs to be fixed up, obviously, but it's gonna have to come off, because what I'm gonna have to do is this sits high up, because this is what the heater was sitting on before, right? Which had the heater unit raised, but now I'm gonna have to take this hose out and we're gonna have to cut this down so that this hose can sit lower. And I'm hoping it doesn't mind going at a little bit of an up angle so I can continue to use this out But yeah, lots of modifications need to happen right now. Sorry about it, Lucky. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any sort of like power saw with me as far as I know. So we're gonna have to come over here, get the old saw that my brother gave me for my birthday, I believe, a year back or so. This is exactly what I used to cut that nasty hole in the bed down there. I don't know how well it's gonna work in this application though, simply because in order to lower this, and this is why I didn't do it before, not just another reason, you can see that big piece back there, that's a support beam that's part of this wheel well box that my buddy Mike and I made. Yeah, I'm gonna have to remove that if I want this hose to actually be lowered. It's a little like 1.5 by 1.5. Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Let's see what we can do. Don't know how much you can see. I'm doing what I can. Not the best conditions to vlog in. It is working though, so give it enough time, this will happen. But I want to make sure this hole is going big enough. Watch the entire van fall apart. This knife is an absolute beast. Give me freedom, give me hell! That is more than enough clearance for me. Next. That's a big old hole saw there. Oh boy. All right, make sure we have it on no resistance. Coming at you, Lucky. This hole saw is so heavy, it's like the drill is barely balanced. All right. Let's get this nastiness out of our lives. I say, like, I think I'm gonna be able to do this. I need eye protection. Where, oh, where have my glasses gone? Oh, where can they be? Yeah, sure. These'll work. Ha ha! Hi, how you doing? Nailed it. Didn't have to do laundry yet again tonight. All right, now before we get too ahead of ourselves, let's make sure this all sorts of lines up with everything we need to do. Because this bad boy is going to sit right in there. Perfect. Okay, good. We definitely have room. The fuel line can go right down there. Lift this guy back up because I have to get that fuel line right here. Very nice, very nice. This guy, just slide it. Oh, please don't fall. That would make this process so much longer. Okay. Now the hard part. That's not hard at all. That goes right in there. Right up to the metal tit. Exactly what you want. I'll slide this back down here a bit. Tighten that bad boy up. These stupid things would be better off with a socket the size of the head, but you gotta work with what you have. Should be good. Nice. All right, so fuel line's on, air intake is on with the filter on the other end. Now I gotta go out there and get the exhaust that's still attached to the muffler there up here, and this will be the trickiest one to have to get on here, but just give me a hot minute here. Here I am. Please attach me, please. So, let's get the hose clamp on here. First, this is the tricky part. This is why we can't have nice things. It's so awkward. Yeah, get on there, you. You sucker. Gotcha. We now have an attached everything diesel heater. Okay. Everything attached. Get the screwdriver out of the way. Let's set this bad boy down. All right, but anyways, before I start laying self-tappers into this to mount it to the floor, we're gonna connect it and fire it up and cross our butt cheeks till we get heat. Because if not, we're gonna have to rip this back out and put the other one in. All right, we'll do this with one shot. No cutting. Let's see what happens. Spins up. Fan sounds like a fan. If it doesn't work, we'll get a whole bunch of white smoke out here. The only thing that I'm potentially concerned about is the fact that I didn't replace this muffler. And now this muffler could be chock full of crap as well. This little 90-degree angle I had on here, you can see there's lots of crap in there. So I may have to replace this, but we'll see. Oh boy. Stuck on my flannel. I hate when that happens. Just gotta wait for the sound of the fuel pump to start. Tick, 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 ticking away. I guess while they're here, I could check the placement of that fuel pump. Make sure it's at the right angle it needs to be at. I need your light. Please come here. Yeah, no, she looks pretty good. Oh no, that line's not as tight as it looks. Yeah, she's back there. Hi, fuel pump. Join the party, won't you? There she goes. Fuel pump is ticking away. What do we got happening out here? A little bit of smoke, kind of to be expected. So if that gets worse, it'll give us error 8 again. It won't ignite. If we close this door, we should be able to hear it catch. It usually makes quite a deep groan. Well, it's trying. Doesn't sound the healthiest. Definitely got a exhaust leak happening here, so that's not great. You can see that. It's horrible resolution, but there's an exhaust leak happening. Keep my eye on that. Check the smoke out here. Let's see what we got. Just a little bit of faint smoke. Not too bad. Oh, looks like it's ignited, which is good. Because we can just blast this thing on high to... Yeah, there's hot air coming out, so that's good. Where was that exhaust coming from? Oh, it's definitely kicking up. Turn it up here. We want that little blue dot to continue to grow. One more blue dot, 2 yellow dots, 2 red dots. That's what we need. She sounds like she's working. We got 2 blue dots. She's kicking into high gear. It's always so nerve-wracking. Crazy exhaust leak happening. Look at this. I wonder if I can pick this up and show you. Look at that. Look at that exhaust there. It's coming right out. Can't get it under there. Come on, sucker. You're not attached. What are you doing? What's happening? Right where the exhaust pipe meets the unit. Huge exhaust leak. That's gonna kill me. We got 2 yellow bars. Oh, we are exhausting a huge amount of smoke. Maybe it's just burning shit off. Wow. Yikes. That's crazy. But I bet you that's what that is. Oh boy. Oof. I bet you that's coming from the muffler. Yikes. Ooh. Good gravy. Good gravy. Whew. Okay. So, we got both red bars, which means that the unit is functioning. I think this is burn off from what's ever in the exhaust pipe and the muffler, because it's ticking away in here, no problem, which is good. If that doesn't clear up right away, I'm gonna have to try to replace that muffler. Oof. That is gnarly. Whew. Grace, you're getting bathed in diesel. I'm sure I smell lovely too. I've got it cranked all the way up, maximum, which is 35 degrees Celsius. This is definitely dissipating, which is good, but I'm not a fan of why that exhaust leaks up at the top. Let's see if that's still doing the same thing. Come in here. Let's see, this thing is just purring like a kitten. Oh wait, careful. It's not leaking now. I wonder if that was just backing up. God. Well, I'm gonna let this run and we'll see what happens. I'll catch up in a minute. I don't want my phone to die. That's interesting looking, isn't it? So now it's no longer billowing out of here, but it is billowing out of here. For those that might be wondering, no, this little 90 degree doesn't cause any problems. I had that on there, again, from the beginning of my van life, basically. It might not be helping now if this thing is chock full of crap, though. Sure is steaming out the bottom there. My plan at this point is to let this run for like the next half hour, to really get it hot and burning shit off. And I think I might swap that muffler as the last little thing to do. Unfortunate, because then I'll have to go get another 90 degree angle. Because if I don't do that, shit just gets kicked off of my tire and goes into the exhaust. And before anybody else asks, I cannot move my muffler. There's nowhere else for it to go. Lucky's too rusted underneath, and I don't want the muffler underneath the van. It has to be at the side here, right? So that the exhaust goes this away from where I sleep. But if I was a betting man, this is the only part I didn't clean, was this exhaust pipe and the muffler. That's probably what's causing all this smoke. Hashtag van life. Oh, she's all cleared up. She is ticking away. Still blasting out the heat and no exhaust. So what more could I ask for? Oh, it feels so good to be able to do that, get it cleaned out, get it working again. My only frustration now, because I even said it in the last time I did this, not in the last video, but the last time I cleaned that heater out, I said I had learned that apparently they just need to be cleaned out more frequently, at least annually. And this has kind of gone in the face of that, maybe biannually. Again, I'm still of the mind that because I messed with my advanced settings, that may have had something to do with it. It's all back to factory now. It's at the settings that I had it at for the first like year and a half of my van life without issue. So we'll see what happens, but barring any unforeseen circumstances, this should be good to go. We are all sealed up. It is ticking away. I will let it run all night. Obviously, I still have the luxury of being in the hotel for one more evening, so we can let that heat fill the cab, bring it back up to feeling like the tiny home on wheels I know it is. And if it's all good in the morning, we out of here, which is good, because I'm a little antsy to get back into my tiny home on wheels, if I'm being honest. Now, some people might be wondering, well, why did you put yourself through that? Why did you bother getting dirty, getting grubby, and cleaning that out when you had a second heater that was sent to you? And well, let's not look a gift horse in the mouth. I'm very appreciative to have something like this. And it will be used as a backup heater for any catastrophic incidences that might befall my OG heater. Not everybody out there that watches has the absolute luxury and blessing that I do, where they just have somebody send them a brand new heater. Not everybody is in the position that I am in. So hopefully by showing that if you just buckle down and clean these things out and just try to find the problem, you could discover a solution and you could be back on the road and you can be a-okay. Because if I can do it, so can you. That's for damn sure. And if I'm being very honest and candid about this, I started my journey, my van life journey here from very humble beginnings. I try to still lead as humble of a life as I can while enjoying the fruits of my labor. And it's very obvious to me that as success presents itself, it becomes more and more easier. That doesn't make real sense, but it becomes easier to do stuff like that, to ignore your ability to fix things. And I don't like that that's happening. Maybe that's just the nature of the beast and a normal way of progression when stuff like this happens. But I've always prided myself on the fact that my grandfather, and to an extent my dad, instilled in me the idea or the ideology to fix your stuff when it breaks. Don't just automatically swap it out with something new. We do that in so many facets of our lives these days as it is. When it comes to something like a simple diesel heater or a simple diesel engine, I should say, try to fix it. Anyway, I don't want to forget that that's kind of where I started and that is who I am. So if I can, going forward, I will attempt to fix things more often than I might have been lately. I'm also a little irked that I can't do maintenance on my vehicle because of my van, so that's another reason to get down on my hands and knees, get a little mucky and yucky, and fix the problem. So, I'm just glad it's done. I'm glad I was able to finish it quickly. I was worried that it was going to go on a lot longer, but that's normal fear when stuff like this happens. So I'm very thankful that it's all sort of worked out so far, because quite frankly, I got something bigger to do in the form of a certain Christmas special. But that is for another time. So until then, just go out there, be happy, be creative, be yourselves. Most importantly, be positive, and remember, only dead fish go with the flow.